Next was Forrester Grillo, subbed as Rude versus Sting. Hey K100, the latest 83 weeks, Bischoff and AEW show Conrad. Why do they keep saying AEW show? Why does Conrad get so much hate?
He just,
I don't, they did a thing where they did a poll. I heard on, maybe we talked about this, where on Dutch's show where they had talked about a poll that was done, and Conrad was voted the most hated podcaster.
Very strange, ain't it?
You know why I think the fans that are all kind of like wannabe podcasters hate on the other Mark podcasters because they're jealous.
Well, yeah. Yes, yeah.
And Conrad's excellent at what he does.
Yeah.
I think they say like he's the most hated. He might be the best guy that does this.
Right. He had a great concept and a group that show,
and he carries the shows. He's very good at what he does. He's very well produces excellent content with whoever he's interviewing. Asks good questions. Has the Meltzer sheets, the info to back up and everything. So I don't know. I don't know why he gets so much hate. It's ridiculous. But let me continue.
When they started There's Something to Wrestle With show, that got hot immediately. Like they started in, I think it's December 2014 or 2015, and then by the following year they were already doing live shows and selling so many shirts and all that. I don't know why he's hated, but I think this is a podcast, so just like we do on here where you and Conan will disagree, not that it's phony, but you need a dissenting opinion. You can't just have Conrad going, yes, you're right, Eric, yes, you're right, Eric, because that stinks. So he's usually the guy that backs up Tony and AEW while Eric goes against that.
Well, this is the funny thing is that Eric said on this show, I said what's Conrad's role on the show, and I was saying, well, he's like the guy from the dirt sheet community. I was like, no, he's from the fan's perspective, so he's a fan. So it's like people, you're knocking the guy for being a fan of AEW. That seems kind of ridiculous, the criticism. Right. Let me continue. AEW show Conrad Thompson talking about WCW's working relationship with Japan during the run-in. During it, he spoke about the time they booked Rude versus Sting on a New Japan show, which sadly was the match where Rude got that career-ending back injury. I also found a clip online of Sting and Rude doing a backstage brawl segment in the early 90s, and Rude stiffed the Sting to the point that Sting's nose is broken for real by the end. Conan and Disco, from your memory of Rude's return to WCW in the later 90s, how was Rude's relationship with Sting? Did they have any heat? I had no clue. I knew Sting decently. I barely knew Rude. Never heard them have a discussion about each other ever. So
this is about. If I fast forward to the Rude part, it's about 2 minutes. I think you would enjoy this. This is no okay.
All right. What is it?
It's just Sting. Sting's doing a press conference. He just won the belt back, and Rude comes out as the U.S. champion. Says,
a brawl.
Yeah, it's
this
really
breaks.
Good.
Okay, play it.
Yeah, this is really good. All right.
Gonna be Sting.
The next opponent, probably a few people here at World Championship Wrestling. Probably, I'd say.
Hey, wait a minute.
Whoa, we got the Dangerous Alliance walking in here in full force, tuxedos, the whole thing.
Settle down. Everybody loves a party, and nobody has more reason to celebrate than you and I. You see, you've got good reason to celebrate because you're the new world champion, and I love it. Congratulations. But I've got reason to celebrate because that makes me automatically the number one contender. That's right. Pour us a couple drinks there, Paul.
Sir. You know I will, Rick. Anything for you. Here's one for Rick, and guess who the other one is for?
So I'd like to propose a toast.
A toast. What a gentleman.
To Sting, the new world champion, and to Ravishing Rick Rude, the man who owns the new world champion. Bottoms up, my friend.
I ain't drinking with you, pal. I got no reason to drink with you. I got no reason.
He wins the world title. All of a sudden, he's too good to drink with me. You'll drink with me when I tell you to. You'll drink with me when I tell you to. You think you're too good?
Why don't we just do it right now, then?
You want a piece of me now?
Yeah.
Not enough, Rick. Not enough.
Ugh.
Not enough, baby.
Something, Mr. Big Shot!
Ugh.
I look great.
Yeah.
I think to be honest, I bet you that was a situation where they probably said, "Let's make it look real."
Yep.
And like they did, and he just got hit with a live round there. So
Yeah, because he was swinging for the fences, definitely.
yeah. I think maybe Sting was swinging because, like, I think Rude caught him with one, and Sting swung back for a shoot. You know?
Yeah, it looked like it. And those takedowns were pretty stiff looking too.
But that's fine because Rude had been in tons of fights growing up, so he's got no problem, like, doing a pull apart like that. So I don't know.
No, I said before, and you knew him, of course, but I mean, the story among the fans was and fellow wrestlers was always that he had a slap that could knock you out.
Yeah, he had big giant hands and forearms. So.
Yeah.